9 a.m. And of course, as per usual, bringing you only the best in music. The conversation we're having right now is, can you discuss your salary with your colleagues? Can you be fired for discussing your salary with your colleagues? Joining us for this conversation is Jaco Swart, who is the National Manager from the National Employees Association of South Africa. Now, Jaco, let's dive into this one. If I find out that my colleague earns more than me, for example, can I use that information to renegotiate my salary? Can I go to my employer and say, listen, I heard that A and B are earning more than me and I would like to renegotiate my salary?
Oh, of course you can, depending on how you heard that information. That's the first question. But if it was obtained lawfully, if the other colleagues simply shared the information with you, that's fine. So they can do that to negotiate, or at least question the employer as to why he is earning less. Especially if they're doing the same job. The Employment Equity Act has got a provision or a principle that they call equal work for equal pay, or work of equal value. So if I'm doing the same job as the person next to me, but he's earning less than me, I can question the employer as to why. And the employer will have to justify why he's earning less. And there may be reasons. It might be seniority, length of service, skills, experience, productivity, whatever the case might be. But at least the employee is entitled to say, well, I'm doing the same job, why am I not earning the same?
Okay. All right. Makes sense.
Now, Jaco, I want to know who dictates salary standards in industries. What is their job title? Are they called salarias? And how do I get that job? Because that man is the most powerful man in the world. Because if I'm the salaria, I say salarias need to be paid 1 million rand a month. And because I set the standard, no one can fight me.
Well, it really depends on the industry, first of all. It really depends on the industry. So for certain industry, the Minister of Labour will determine what we call sectoral determinations, like he did with the Minimum Wage Act. But certain sectors like wholesale and retail, and those for certain employees, will have at least a minimum wage prescribed, which they must earn. Or in other sectors like metals or road freight, there are bargaining councils. But in sectors where it's not regulated, large corporates will normally use certain guidelines which have been developed by audit firms called the Patterson grading system, or whatever the case might be, which sets out certain job responsibilities and tasks at certain levels. And then they set out parameters on what the market-related salary is for that type of job. So there are guidelines, but in essence, it comes down to what the employer wants to pay.
Okay. All right, Jaco, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, if anyone wants to maybe find out more information, learn a little bit more, is there any way that we can get a hold of you guys at the National Employees Association of SA?
We've got an email address, info@neasa.co.za, which they can mail to.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Right.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, there you have it. Basically, you cannot get fired for disclosing your salary. It is okay. But of course, there are steps that you can take if you feel as though you have been unfairly dismissed.